Security on high alert in Paris after France's Constitutional Council approved President Emmanuel Macron's plan to raise the country's retirement age from 62 to 64. Demonstrators have already taken to the streets again to rally against the measure. President Macron's political opponents also vowing to keep up their fight to have the government withdraw the bill. The president can actually enact this within just 15 days. And Macron argues the change is necessary to keep the pension system from going into a deficit. And President Biden's trip to Ireland is ending on a personal note. The president is tracing his ancestral roots with a visit to County Mayo. He kicked off the day there with a tour of the sanctuary at Our Lady of Knock, a pilgrimage spot for Catholics from around the world. ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers is joining us now from Dublin, where the president will depart later tonight, headed back for Delaware. So, Karen, it was an emotional day, I know, for the president. How did that play out? What did he see today?
Kana, this was always going to be a very personal day for the president, where he was really tapping into his Catholic roots and his Irish ancestry. But there were also some very personal moments for the president. As you say, he went to Knock Shrine, and while he was there, he had a chance encounter with a friar named Frank O'Grady, who was the priest that gave last rites, that Catholic sacrament, to his son Beau Biden just before he passed away in 2015. Another priest at Knock Shrine gave an interview to a local radio here in Ireland and said the president was very emotional about that chance encounter, and they talked for a bit about his son Beau. Later, the president went to Mayo Roscommon Hospice Center, which the president actually traveled to in 2017 for the dedication of this. There's a plaque outside, or the groundbreaking, I should say. There's a plaque outside that is dedicated to his son Beau. So what a day where there are all these reminders of his son, who he talks so fondly about in his speeches. His son Hunter is also making this trip with him here to Ireland. You know, for the last couple of days, the president has talked so much about how personal this trip has been for him, how he feels like home. I'm sure that meant a lot to him to have that connection to his late son Beau today.
Certainly getting back to his Irish Catholic roots, of course. But my question, what has the reception been like for him there? Because as you know, there's a lot going on the home front here. A lot of people bringing up some questions about this trip. But what has the reception for him been like there?
You know, it has been like a rock star reception in some ways for the president, starting with his visit to County Louth on Wednesday, then Dublin here on Thursday, and then on now today in County Mayo. And he has relatives out there. That's why he's traveling out to the West Coast today. And this is a town, Ballina, where the president's ancestors hail from. They have been gearing up for this visit from the moment it was announced. There's a strong connection to Joe Biden. They've been very proud of him going back to the 2020 campaign. Kana, there's a mural in town of Joe Biden, giant, on the side of a building. There's some construction right now to this town area, but they took some of the scaffolding down so that the president maybe could see his face in case he happened to be in that part of the town today. People have been lining up for hours to get into the president's speech tonight. This is actually where my mother's father's family is from, right around this same area. And just a few moments ago, I was telling our producer, Molly Nagel, who's also Irish, I got a text from a cousin that I have distant cousins who were also lining up for this speech tonight, too. They've got their American flags. They're very excited to see Joe Biden.
Oh, and your roots, too. I know how that goes. I took my grandmother back to visit the church where she was baptized in Ireland, too. So I know how that goes. We appreciate you, Karen. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.